Yes. The Law of Nations. Ouch. On page 322. Yeah. Definition of offenses. Now, the fact that the Constitutional Convention considered it necessary to give Congress authority, yes, to define offenses against the law of nations, yeah, does not mean that in every case Congress must undertake to codify the law or mark its precise boundaries before prescribing punishments, ooch, for infractions thereof. An act punishing the crime of piracy, yes, as defined by the law of nations, was held to be an appropriate exercise of the constitutional authority to define and punish the offense, since it adopted by reference the sufficiently precise definition of international law, United States versus Smith. Ew. Ex parte queer. Now, extradition? Yes. The use of forgery and fraud? Yes. Arresting an individual? Yes. Where their identity is not the same identity as warrants for their arrest? Yes. Arresting persons where their identity is not the same identity of traffic citations? Yes. It actually does violate the law of nations. Poop. Now, this is going to be one of those big lawsuits. Well, see, the court found a reference to 15th Article of War to offenders or offenses that, by the law of war, be triable by such military commissions. Congress had exercised its authority to define and punish offenses against the laws of nations by sanctioning, within the constitutional limitations, the jurisdiction of military commissions to try persons for offenses which, according to the rules and precepts of the law of nations, and more particularly law of war, are cognizable. Now, since your allegiance right now, you can be tried by the United States military. You, you actually can. And this whole idea, yes. It's very interesting. Yes, it is extraterritorial reach of the power. Uh-huh. Cannot be deemed to be a limitation on the powers, either legislative or judicial, conferred on the national government, Article 3, Section 2. The two clauses are the result of separate steps independently taken in the convention. Oh. Now, when you think of the law of nations, yes, these actual arrests, yes, the fraudulent mental health evaluations, the cell hearing, poop, the whole idea, ouch, ouch, ouch. See, it's very important. McCulloch versus Maryland. The power to wage war is implied from the power to declare it. Now, I thought I'd wage a little war against those that are in office. Are you a senator today? A representative? Ooch. Are you a judge or justice? Ooch, ooch. I'm going to wage war against those that are oaths, and I'm going to sue you, yes, for having an allegiance to another form of government.